Hi guys, you're still on board with Crossy, live on fesport.com, the premier coverage site for female gaming, and we're here watching action from the CSGO female competition at Gamegune 2014 in Bilbao, Spain. And these two teams have caught me a bit unawares, but we are actually underway and live for Bad Monkey Gaming, who came through comprehensively 16-5 in their first game against the Playing Ducks, squaring off against Imaginary, who we've seen in the last two games come through with two pretty strong victories of their own, both on Dust 2 against Overgaming and the Playing Ducks. Playing Ducks already lost two games this competition and are in some serious trouble. But we are underway, and we are watching Dust 2 once again. Unlucky for some. And it is going to be IMG on Terra's side, where they've been looking dominant so far. This competition, or this battle between these two teams, could be an indication of those that we're going to see going deep into this competition and possibly into the finals, as we see Irene coming behind and gets the opening frag on Amandine. So that's the long route opened up. Oh no, maybe it isn't, because there's Mitsu in there, but it is Princess Sunshine with a couple of frags, and 2 versus 2, bomb ticking away. Lolita's got some action on the ramp and in the battle with Giuliano. These two are squaring off against each other, and it's Irene and Giuliano. Nice double team there, grabbing Selen, who tried to help out and peek from short, and Lolita that was jumping around the site. And players coming in from two angles was in a bit of trouble there, had to get off it, and fair play. That is the first round going in favour of... Okay, this is going to be confusing, as Imaginary are on T side, but it's showing completely wrong on my screen. So apologies for that. Hopefully it will fix itself, but it is 1-0 to Bad Monkey Gaming. So we'll expect to see BMG piggyback through and get the next couple of rounds. That's usually the way of things. So we are going to see some long action coming in from Imaginary, unless they decide to change it up and move into mid, and that's exactly what they're planning to do. May have some action from Zaz here in around CT Spawn, and Zaz is in there with a couple of kills in the back. Lil Sun gets one in the meantime as well, and it is Zaz with a 3-woman. And Lil Sam mopping up. So Bad Monkey Gaming take it to 2-0. And we're going to see attempts at the mid to B. That's a good smoke there that's going to lead the way. Selen taken down to 3 HP. Lil Sun flashed in the window, but does manage to get at least one kill with the spray down. May have a chance at another one, and does get it after whipping out the pistol. That's Mitsu going down. And got Princess Sunshine in the site. Going to try and make a plant with the bomb. It's still 4 versus 3. Still can be done. A nice pick from Amandine, grabbing Lil Sun, and she jumps up towards the window. Princess Sunshine going to be trying to move away and get to a better position to help cover. Has done that now. Fly watches the tunnel and is blinded. A nice work by Princess Sunshine. He gets one, but it's Giuliano, Zaz and Irene very quickly opening up frags, coming in from 3 angles all at the same time. Very good work from Bad Monkey Gaming, and it looked like they might have thrown away the advantage they got from winning pistol, but they have not done that, and it is 3-0 on the board. So I was expecting to see the first buy versus buy, but Imaginary decided to risk it. pop early, and it hasn't gone to their advantage. Lolita gets the chance to take Zaz, who wanders pretty aimlessly through the smoke and didn't even check that corner. A bit of a lazy play, really, way too casual, and that has given Selin an M4, which they'll be trying to use to the best of their ability as Lolita's taken down by Irene. So that one girl advantage has been taken away straight away. Princess Sunshine going to walk through and try and avenge her teammate if possible. And now going to work onto long. Selin with the rifle, needed to make that pick on Irene and doesn't do it. Sunshine is able to grab it in the meantime though, so it is still 3 versus 3. 35 seconds or so left to go on the clock. Lil Sun coming out on top in a mid-duel with Amandine. So advantage goes to Bad Monkey Gaming. Took a 16-6 victory in the first game against Playing Ducks, the German team. But had a couple of games on the sidelines while Imaginary have been ripping through two teams very comprehensively. So you'd expect that Imaginary would be warmed up and ready to go for this game, but so far it looks like early running going in favour of Bad Monkey Gaming. The two Imaginary players pinned down in the pit area. Not a lot they can do there unless Princess Sunshine pulls out an absolute miracle. Timer runs down and Sonia there to mop up the two Imaginary players that were left. Very good control, aiming for the head. That's exactly what they teach you to do. Crack off a couple of bullets. But now we are going to see the first proper buy versus buy between these two teams. A short boost underway. Princess Sunshine has been very effective with the AWP in hand so far. Going to try and do the same thing as Mitsu trades a frag with Bad Monkey Gaming as Irene is taken down, but Zaz avenges her teammate straight away. So over a minute left to go in this round. Chance to slow it down, but it looks like Imaginary are going to maybe try and commit to that mid area. Have slowed it down. On board with Giuliano in a perfect position to try and shoot any players that decide they want to make a rush from mid to B. Imaginary weighing up the options, seeing if someone tries to peek or push. Good play from Bad Monkey though, being patient, not peeking out into an angle, not exposing themselves. On Terrace side on Dust 2, or on Terrace side on pretty much any game actually, you've got to make the moves, you've got to go and try and get those picks. So if the CTs aren't giving you those opportunities, you're going to have to try and work something on mass or be clever. As Sonia gets a frag there, taking down the Lolita. Zaz coming in from behind as she's already done once or twice already. Managing to get one. Amandine with the spray down takes Lil San and Sonia very comfortably there outside the site. 5 seconds left to go. Tries to get for the frag on Zaz, isn't able to do it. And that is going to be 5 rounds in favour of Bad Monkey Gaming. And I am just going to try and retry this and sort the scoreboard out, because that is a little bit of a fail. Yep, still not worked out. So yeah, think of the other way around. Imaginary are losing 5-0 at this stage. About a minute left to go in the 6th round. Also nice to see that if by magic the scoreboard has switched itself around, so we do have the right result showing on the screen now. 30 seconds left to go, and Imaginary need to start committing somewhere, and that's exactly what they do. But Irene and Zaz get some crossfire going, and it's all there. All down to me having a coughing fit as Princess Sunshine tries to make it happen in a 1 versus 5. Does get 1 frag as a consolation, but is taken down. So it is 6-0 to Bad Monkey Gaming. Let's have a look at the finances. Will IMG decide they're going to scrape a buy here? Looks like they've decided against that, selling, going for the CZ75. A couple of CZs out in the play, actually. I've never really got on with that gun. It's perfect short range, sorry, but long range you need a little bit more, and I'd prefer the P250 for that. But that little push in the B has not been very effective at all. Imaginary have not had the same joy as they had against Overgaming and against the Playing Ducks earlier on, where that B site has been well and truly open at times for him. Lil San grabs Amandine through the smoke as well, so it's all down to Princess Sunshine. What can she do? Bit of action in the lower, and after missing a couple of shots to the left, does manage to take down Giuliano in the end, aiming for the head. Also manages to reload that AK, which had about 2 bullets left in it, and picks up a frag on Irene, so nice work. Trying to get a bit of resistance going, but finds himself shot in the back by Zaz, who had come all the way around behind T-Spawn to try and get involved in the action in tunnels. And it is 7-0 in favour of Bad Monkey Gaming. And this is interesting on the arguably tougher CT side. Princess Sunshine goes for a shot through the doors, and instead is picked as Giuliano decides to step out late, and very, very good choice, and it is now numerical advantage in favour of the Monkeys. Sellens has traded a little bit as well. They're both down to less than half HP. Dean trying to peek on the short, has the chance at the shot, and Irene hung there, in almost slow motion in the air for a second, but Amandine wasn't distracted, able to make the shot. Didn't rush it, good sign of composure. Lil Sam behind the box is trying to spam. Zaz again manages to grab Selen from behind and gets the lead to caught unawares as well. It seems like Zaz is almost moving through walls more than a couple of times when she's able to get in behind, and Amandina instead grabs the AWP and decides she's had enough of that. 2v2, 35 seconds left to play. Sonia and Lil Sam for Bad Monkey Gaming against Amandine, already on 2 frags, and Mitsu has been one of the big fraggers for Imaginary in the first couple of games. Needs to try and get that bomb planted, and that throw wasn't quite far enough, but it's worked out alright. Mitsu has got the frag, bring it to 1v1, gets the plant as well. Sonia gets blinded by that flash, goes for the jump, doesn't take a shot though. Jumps up on the boxes, and these girls are going to try and duel around it, but Sonia finds a face. Don't know how that didn't register as a headshot, because that's pretty much all you could see, but it doesn't matter. She gets the kill anyway, and that is going to bring it to 8-0 to Bad Monkey. And they're playing this to perfection. Something that you need to do on CT side on Dust 2, other than backing each other up and watching your angles, is not to get yourself overcommitted. So you don't want to start peeking to this sort of point through the doors where you can get picked off. Again, same thing, you don't want to get yourself in trouble in mid, as we're going to see. We'll come back to this, as we might see an aggressive push. No, we're not. They've decided against barreling straight into B, so we'll see how this develops. But yeah, on CT side, you don't want to get yourself picked off, because if you've got one player missing, it opens up a lot of angles where, even if your opposition don't attack it, Sonia with the opening pick on Selen, so try mid to B. Sonia misses a second shot there, but Lilson does grab Mitsu in the meantime. But yeah, if you do lose a player and you've got one angle which isn't covered, then in the back of your mind you're concerned about that. You're not watching where you should be exclusively. You're glancing around and checking and making sure that everywhere's covered, that you're not going to get shot from behind, that sort of thing. And what we're seeing from BMG, they're being much more disciplined. They're not putting themselves in positions where they're going to get picked off very often. Princess Sunshine's already showed she's very apt at doing that with the AWP. Sonia has a chance, but didn't want to step out any further than that and expose herself, so wasn't able to get the angle on that AWP shot. 25 seconds left to go. 3 against 5. Bomb in the hands of Amandine. She's going to try and make a move up onto shore potentially. Got one player in Goose. One player down long. So Irene manages to cut down Lolita. If Lolita got through, she could have caused some trouble, but that's not going to happen. Bomb down. 5 seconds left to go, and Zaz on the A platform able to grab 2 quick frags and bring it to 9-0. So imagine as we look a bit strapped for cash across the board again, they just can't get anything out of this game. Princess Sunshine is there with 8 frags, but she's not making those incisive picks as she was in the first 2 games when players were pretty much walking into an AWP scope for her. Makes it so much easier. As we see a more aggressive push now from Imaginary, and Princess Sunshine waits behind at the doors. He's able to get Zaz, but not Irene as well. Mitsu manages to grab Irene, and numbers do favour Imaginary. They've not had this situation too much in this game, and they've got to capitalise on this. They need to win some rounds quickly. Lil San on the rotate has already managed to get one. Got a chance at Selen as well, who's been taken down to low HP, and they have got this bomb planted, and that's ticking away pretty heavily. Lolita taken down. Selen trying to make something happen. Does stop the defuse coming in. Grabs Sonia in the meantime as well, and very good job there in the end for Imaginary. Got a bit more aggressive, and it paid off for them. Got a couple of requests on the chat for X-Ray to be used. I will quite happily go with that. Selen walks straight into the iron sights of Zaz, who shows good control. Exactly as you should do it, firing off a couple of short bursts, aim in the direction of the head, and unfortunately the rest of Imaginary, instead of pushing through and taking that, shied away, and they've got 2 players coming in behind now that could cause some serious trouble. We're on board with Lil San, and we've now moved away from it, but IMG have got themselves in a horrible position. Amandine taken down by Giuliano on the push behind. Lolita does manage to grab that one, and Princess Sunshine's there helping out as well, but they've got Lil San there. They can't retreat through the long doors because that's covered, and then Sonia's messing around in mid with an AWP in hand as well, looking to cause havoc. So 4v2, Lolita got a player walking around and has managed to spot Lil San. Kind of had a sixth sense that was coming because there was no noise, but Zaz gets Lolita. Sonia manages to grab the final frag on Mitsu, almost in sync there, and it is 10-1 to Bad Monkey Gaming. Any advantage that Imaginary may have got there has been lost. The money has been reset, and again they are finding themselves on the pistol. Just there, Giuliano could have got herself in a bit of trouble with a lot of unrushing IMG players, but Amandine instead gets picked off by Sonia with the AWP roundabout Funbox, and Sonia makes the door shot on the Lolita as well. Very good AWP play there, and she's under a bit of pressure. Again, Zaz has managed to push behind, gets 1, gets 2, has done some damage to the third as Zaz gets the assist. Irene mopping up Princess Sunshine, and again Zaz just manages to time this absolutely perfectly in rotating in behind, waits until the other team are distracted, and then makes the frags. It's not baiting, that is good team play, and it's a real fine line. You've got to get your timing right, otherwise your teammates are going to be facing a full-on rush of players, and then they come to death cam and find that you're sprinting in behind, trying to do damage, and the distraction has gone. But really good work there, and Sonia finds the Princess Sunshine, just goes and walks straight out into that. Far too hesitant, needed to crack off a shot there, or play that in a slightly different way. Lolita though managed to stop any push behind. No cheeky play from Zaz this time. Irene decides she's going to walk through, and this could be costly if Lolita comes out on top, which she doesn't. But that's maybe not how I would have been tempted to play that. Now, if both you get picked off, open up the long area, then there is a chance for the opposition to capitalise. But 1 versus 4 on ball with Selen down in the tunnels, got action up close and is able to come out on top against Lilsan. Selen's got 45 seconds left to go, 3 players to find. Has got the bomb up and in hand, so there is a chance she could get a plant and hold this out. Gets Irene at the top, up by where the tree used to be, now a couple of barrels, and Irene is able to make the frag there. So that wasn't a complete no-hope situation for Selen. She maybe could have made that happen, and she's been on very good form in the 2 matches we have seen. Only got 3 frags though in 13 rounds of Counter-Strike. That's not a good number. And aside from Princess Sunshine, it's been very disappointing from the imaginary players. Mitsu, Amandine and Selen all having quiet games, whilst putting in very good performances against what you could say are weaker teams, judging by how they performed on Dust 2 anyway. Full rush out into long. Irene manages to drop back, and Zaz in the pit again, causing trouble. Irene gets another. Giuliano gets one with the AWP from sight, and Irene again whips the pistol out, and with a bit of an assist from Zaz is able to do some serious damage. Princess Sunshine, last girl standing against 3. Being hunted by Giuliano. Who's going to come out on top? It is the CZ75, 3 bullets, at least one of them finding face, and it is 13-1. So this is interesting. I wasn't quite expecting this. I was expecting one heck of a game between these two, as they look to be a couple of the front runners. But if it does end up being the final, nice work from Amandine, get the pick on Giuliano, but Sonia's straight in there trading up. Maybe that works out slightly better for the terrorists, that they have managed to take out one of the CTs. That's kind of what you need to do. Open up a spot and just give yourself a little more room to work. San and Zaz might end up trading blows around about the short area, and they do, and Zaz comes out and actually manages to get Mitsu. Selen looking through the mid area. Sonia and Lilsan got B well and truly locked up. Princess Sunshine tries to fire an AWP shot onto Zaz. Selen be tempted to make a move mid to B. Would be a real mistake. Sonia is watching that like a hawk, AWP in hand from the window area. Zaz and Selen trying to duke it out on short now. Zaz has got back up. And it is Irene and Zaz getting Selen and Princess Sunshine all down to the leader against 4. Last round of this first half. The leader in a bit of a duel here from Irene, and it is Irene coming out on top. And it takes a lot of control with a rifle to make that shot. All you can really see is the head, and you've got to line it up perfectly. And one way you can do it is you just get it lined up with your mouse and then sit there, but then it's got the risk because you're not a very difficult target to hit if you ain't moving anywhere, and they've got a lot more to shoot at. They haven't got just a head. So, yeah, tough shot there, but it needed to be made, and it was. Zaz 21 frags, and a lot of those weren't in direct challenges, it was from coming in from behind. Bad Monkey Gaming want to get this over with quickly and are barrelling at some speed into B. They've got 2 players in there. Imaginary looked pretty solid here last time, but one's already gone down. What can Amandine do? Can she do some damage? No. She's taken away straight away. Selen pushing up the ramp on the rotate, and they are quick on this rotate here, Imaginary, but maybe not quick enough. Bomb planted. 4 players against 3. Nade goes out there, and this could be a draw guaranteed for Bad Monkey if they get this one. Selen trying to go into the window, is tempted, doesn't go for it though. Got player working up towards the doors. That's Mitsu. Flash comes in. Now the action starts. Selen taken down straight away, and the 3 players making their way into the site are shut down with not even a frag to their names. I was not expecting the absolute train wreck we're seeing here, especially since Bad Monkey have had a couple of hours to sit and chill, whilst Imaginary have been up on the stage gaming away and dominating. This is pretty crazy, but it is already a draw sealed for Bad Monkey. They've got the guns. Imaginary buying what they can, which is not a lot, trying to get something aggressive going. Selling Princess Sunshine and Amandine pushing through into B, but it's A where the action's coming. Can Lolita and Mitsu do enough to slow these guys down and maybe get a couple of frags in the meantime? I don't think so. Mitsu looks in trouble and is cut down. Lolita gets one. Hasn't got enough bullets in the gun to do more than that though. Princess Sunshine gets Sonia in the meantime, but it is, I say all but game over. It is 3 versus 3, and each team has got a player on very low HP, so this could go either way. Selin going to make her move, gets flashed, isn't going to be able to do much, and Lil San manages to pick one off. It's all down to Selin. What can she do? Not a whole lot. I can see what was going to happen there. Imaginary were going to try and make an attack onto the site and combine the efforts, try and get in from 2 angles. But Selin copped a flash there, and from that point it was easy pickings for BNG to grab the 2 players from long and then grab the half-blinded Selin, who only had the CZ 75 for company. So Bad Monkey Gaming female have dominated that one 16-1 against Imaginary, who were going to sort of edge themselves into my favourites to win the tournament after what I'd seen from them so far. But hey, surprises do happen, and a very interesting game. Not entertaining in the fact it was close, but entertaining in that Bad Monkey Gaming were dominant. So next up though, as long as there aren't any changes to the schedule, we are going to see Overgaming squaring off against Ultimate, the French team. First time we're going to see those guys in action, and we could see an interesting team here. They were third in ESWC 2013. We're Ultimate, another French side, and if they've been performing anywhere like Imaginary were for their first 2 games, then we could well have an interesting competition ahead of us. Now I'm just looking through and seeing how the games are looking. So we've seen Overgaming, Imaginary, Bad Monkey and Imaginary we've just seen. So there is actually only 2 more games left to go. Overgaming Ultimate and Playing Ducks versus Ultimate before things are wrapped up today. It looks like that's the plan anyway, unless there is a change and they want to try and cram a few more games of action in tonight, we shall see. But unless we hear otherwise, we'll be back with you for Overgaming versus Ultimate.